What it do? So today's video is all about make her regret losing sight. I have to switch it up. So today's video is all about make her regret picking him. And this is gonna be the vibes of if she wants to be picked by him, oh, you better pass her on. Yeah, you gotta treat her like a pass on. I'm sorry to say it like that, but you gotta treat her like that if that's how she's moving. And this is just really to say that a lot of y'all wanna respect these women, but yet they don't even respect themselves. And so it's just like, oh, treat her like a wifey for what? She much rather go and see your boy, the next guy up. You know hypergamy is going to be involved. So the next guy that is cashing out. Oh, yes, the status has to be there. She's definitely going to go and pick him. So I'm going to tell you guys, this is really going to fall back on what y'all got to do. It's not the end goal of actually trying to make her fully regret picking him and somewhat like that. It's really down to how can you transform your life to be the best first version of yourself. First things first is you. And then it's like everything else, including her, right, will fall into place. And then obviously the little things that I will also tell you can do. All right. So fellas, give this video a big thumbs up. And if you do want like regret losing you and all that types of stuff that I've done before, let me know. And also if you want a part 2 of this, you gotta let me know. Make sure you check out my Patreon. Whole lot of videos you guys will not see on there. And fellas, let's get to the first thing. And this is going ahead and letting him have it. I have another thing I'll get into, which is actually a little bit more wow than this one. But letting him have it is all down to giving him her. Now, I know this kind of sounds wild, like I was saying, or like crazy. I don't want to even treat her like that, or I want her. But the thing is, if she wants to act like she's for everybody, or at least for that guy, why would you have to show that you have to care or that you do care and all this stuff? You don't. So I'm saying first accept the facts of what she wants. This curiosity that she might feed in your head or try to tell you that that's what's going on and she just wants to explore, or, you know, in other words, she just has the options and she wants to go to whoever. If that's what's going on, let that be her life, but you don't got to be involved. And this is how you start showing how much you don't care. Now, fellas, if you guys want to talk about your ex, or it could be the next girl you want to be with, or honestly, I love talking about goals, what you guys already accomplished, what's next. However, whatever it's like, whatever you guys want to talk about, you guys can book that consultation with me. Click that link. Be sure to do it after the video. Watch it till the end. But back to this. All right. You have her now, you know, picking him. He's this guy that looks maybe good. And we'll talk more about looks and what he has to offer that maybe you don't have to offer yet. Or maybe what could you work with that makes sense and you haven't been working with. However, back to this though. This other guy might have the looks. Or he might have, you know, the 6 packs. Or it could be, you know, his bread is stack on bread. So that just means he has a lot of money. However, she picked him. If she picked him, you have no business trying to interfere to change her mind. This is first off what women will think you'll do. She'll think the first thing you're going to do is obviously want her. So what could you do to get her? You're going to have to chase after her. Now, the next thing is going to be what? She's going to think that you're going to be jealous. You're going to feel ways, right? So it's going to be like, okay, you're going to watch her. You're going to be, in other words, giving her validation in all different types of ways. So when she wants to come back around, and y'all know do not take her back, but when she wants to come back around, what's up then? There's the no. But what happens is that she wants to pick him now. So your job is to show that you do not care as that man that either was the ex for 3 years or just the guy that she met last week and y'all linked up and you happen to already spent like $300 on her. What's going on? Y'all ready to already go broke? And honestly, the new year has not started. And I know a lot of you guys started spending a whole lot of money on females in the beginning of the year. I hope not New Year's this year and all the celebrations. I hope y'all were not going broke over females. I'm just saying, I got to put that out there. Now, let me just go to backtrack so I can wrap up. I'm sure y'all want to hear about this second fun thing I could give you guys to make her go ahead and feel ways for picking him. But backtrack. Let her now understand that she is not as valuable. This is really the key thing about this. She is not as valuable as she thought she was. And this is really trying to tell her that, you know what, maybe there was a time I was a simp over you. Fellas, you gotta be honest. How many times did you still go ahead and get her what she told you to get you after she told you she's not interested, or she friend zoned you, or other things that y'all know the truth about. There's a lot of times. So now if y'all let her feel like, okay, you know, I might have respected you, I might have loved you, right? Same way some females out here, they could have respected you once, or they made you feel like they were going to respect you forever, but that's not the case, right? Y'all are getting disrespected left and right, still tolerating it. Besides my point right now, but now, okay, you have her disrespecting you, right? You have to show, and this is disrespecting you by picking another guy. I'm not going to get into details if it's like, oh, y'all broke up or this happened and that. Not right now. But she disrespected you. Let's take it like that, by picking another guy. She wants to go and be living a free life when, you know, there's supposed to be loyalty. If there's supposed to be loyalty there, hopefully, you know, it's there. You know, hopefully, oh, goodness gracious. Hopefully some faithfulness is going on. Okay, so now you have to show that you thought you could disrespect me. That's really the idea of when a woman makes you or thinks you'll feel away because I'm picking the next guy that's actually better than you or better for me right now. So you make her actually realize that, girl, you're really as valuable as you make yourself to be, because you were just with me, or you did this with me, or I might have, you know, treated you good and all this stuff, but yet you're so quick to pick the next guy. So really the idea is getting her to realize that the ego, or, you know, back to, of course, we're going to say pride, whatever she's taking to run with, to allow her to have this type of behavior and still feel good about herself, whatever it is going to come to a stop, because now you showed her that that value that she feels like she has is not there due to facts of you don't care to chase after her. You're going to let that next guy have her. And then here's the nice, beautiful thing to wrap up very much strong with this one. That next guy, he might just pass it right back. He might just pass it right back to you like, hey, thanks, bruh. It was nice. Thanks, you want her back, right? So, you know, I'm going to talk about this part in a whole nother video, because I feel like y'all probably have some questions, or y'all probably just need to know what really be going on with how some other guys really treat females. They don't see them beyond this value that a lot of simps will be like, well, dang, Dorothy, you mighty fine. All right, y'all. So make sure you do give this video a big thumbs up, because your girl finished strong with that one, I would say, with that first kind of discussion. And also, fellas, don't forget to check out the best shaver out right now. Make sure you go purchase it, and to have better, smoother results with your shaving, you gotta have this product, and it's a very much amazing price. And fellas, you know how it goes with razor bumps and all that. Avoid it. And definitely, if you pull this out in front of a female, or she comes over, sees it in your bathroom, it's gonna be like, okay, game and check with the hygiene. All right, brother, I see you. All right, next thing on my list, and this is how we'll really finish strong with this video. This is fulfill whatever you couldn't fulfill before. And then it's going to be, in better words, become the best version of yourself. But yet, this is what some fellas really want to hear. You become better than him. She picked him. You let her go pick him. This curiosity, like I said, that wants to run, or her giving you excuses, whatever the reason is, you let her go deal with her issues of wanting to be for the streets, okay? She goes there. She comes right back to you. And now, and listen, this could maybe not happen right away, where after letting her go deal with him, letting him have her, and actually moving on and not caring, it might not have her actually regret it right away. But the nice thing with this next thing, right? What you do when you become better than him, realistically, you're supposed to say, I'm not even doing this like on purpose. It's more so, well, I'm left to be better. Why would you even want to decrease yourself at this point, fellas, right? And remember, the best revenge is just improving. The best revenge is really more so, well, you know, if you really think you can find better, go do that, right? So it's really being sure of yourself and having confidence. But now back to what I first said about this point. Fulfilling basically what you could never do before. So a while back, or maybe recently, I talked about how y'all have places in your life, or as you grow, you still have to fulfill. There's inner voids that y'all got to fulfill. And as you just learn yourself, there's going to be things that will make you better, but yet it might take later for you to start fulfilling. So for example, you might actually be good at a sport, or you know what? You might actually be somebody over time to get better with some sort of area, whether it's going to be finance or back to you being athletic and types of stuff like that. But you see, before you couldn't have gotten to that point because she was maybe in the way. Maybe you had other things that were distracting you, but basically things were interfering you from developing to be the best version of yourself. Now, let me fast forward before I backtrack. If you become the best version of yourself, you happen to be that guy that she knew before, but now look at you and she doesn't even know you no more. So the nice thing about this is that you might be worried, some fellas you should never be, but you might be worried about how could I be better than that guy? His looks might be mighty crazy and on point, or maybe he's really, rich, right? Whatever. But, you might be worried about how could I be better than that guy? But yet, in this process of fulfilling yourself, and don't forget, I'm going to go back in a second to get you to really understand. In that process, you end up being better than him to her. And even, let's say this, she meets this oh my gosh, jock type of guy. There is just no way Bossana compared, or these guys out here. It doesn't have to be that specific guy. It could be a new guy too. She could be a wild one where it's one guy this weekend and the next, or every other hour or 2-3 days. Anyways, so this next guy, he could be looking crazy, but yet you started going to the gym knowing that, I gotta improve in this area. Not to get into details, but maybe in other areas for a lot of other guys as well. Kind of depends where you're at as well, right? But a lot of other guys, it's harder to get this type of job or be financially stable in this area, or they're having a slower process, or, whatever it is, it's just not as that guy. But that doesn't matter, because if, let's say you go hard for 3 to 6 months, 6 months to a year, things will change. Now, it's just that couldn't have happened before because Veronica was always in the way. So it means you were too consumed with your love life. You were too distracted by going out. It could be that too. Some of y'all maybe didn't have a problem getting a female, but more so keeping the female. So, every time you do go out, right, every time you go to special events, it's just whether you're the loud guy or not, you should never be the loud guy in the room, but yet you happen to get the one shot, see the one girl to leave with you, and even if it's just get into the car, a whole lot of stuff can go down regardless. So, fellas, give this video a big last, if you haven't. I said last thumbs up, but I'm sure there's still some of y'all that didn't even give that first one that I said to do in the beginning. So make sure you give this video a big thumbs up for the last time, I meant to say. Last thing about fulfillment, all right, y'all, if you still don't get fulfillment, it means that if you're lazy and getting up early, like I just mentioned, you gotta probably get up 3 hours earlier. I know, start slow, fellas, that is wild. Start with 30 minutes, bring it to an hour, and gradually an hour and a half, and then we're at 2, boom. Then before you know it, next week you're at 3. You see, I'm trying to help here. But you see, that means if you were lazy in this area, because you couldn't get up earlier, that is on you. That means if you got up earlier, but yet you still wanted to waste more time in bed and not use that time wisely, why'd you even get up? Then that is on you. So I would keep going, but I don't want it to be maybe annoying for some of y'all, especially you new ones. And I don't mean in a new way. I'm just saying, once you get to know me, you might still get annoyed, but that's okay. I'm just saying this is how I be talking. Anyways, sense of humor is sometimes off. Who cares? Lastly, is fulfillment just means that you might be insecure this whole time that you were insecure the whole time you were with her, because you just didn't feel confident in this area. You could be a guy that's actually, and I'm sorry to say it, scrawny. You're very much scrawny and you need to get a little bit of muscle, a little bit of leanness on you. That could be the case. You could be insecure in other areas, not to be specific, but let's say facial hair or your head or something, right? You could, and hands, that could be another thing. There's so many things I could talk about, but you could be insecure in this area and never did nothing about it. But finally, you did something about it now. Now, you got to combine the first thing with this last thing, the fulfillment, with the first thing for sure, because you'll get the message of you're not doing this for her. Sometimes some females also will think that the only reason why you're going on this journey, or you finally started doing this and you're fulfilling this area, now she grew interest towards you. She knows that you only did it now, and so that interest that she actually grew is a little bit of excitement, right? And sometimes some females that are just not even really trying to, like, let's be there for you, or even, you know, somewhat look your way, she's just going to be like, well, I know what you're trying to do, and it's not even going to phase her, right? So I'm saying you have to be clear when you send the message out of not caring or dismissing. So one thing I will mention to add, and I'll talk about in a different video, is that when she does come back around, I told you, you know, that's what's going to happen. But when she does come back around, making it clear that, you know, you're good and she can stay over there, it's going to hurt her feelings. It's going to make her feel confused. Or why are you being like that? Or I thought we had something going on. Meanwhile, you guys are in the situation because of her. So really, the more of that story, or this story, is the facts of she's going to get what she wants, but yet that's not what she wants. Right. And then she's going to put you in situations of, how did I get in here? She's going to feel that way, but yet she's the reason why she's here and you are here with her. You get me? So lastly, to finish strong, you have to remember, fellas, you got to make sure you let her know that this is not about her. This is about her. If she's over there, cool, yeah. But this is not about her when you do these changes. When you do anything else, you don't ever try to make it seem like you're competing. And we'll also talk about competing in an upcoming video for sure. But you also want to make sure that you don't send a message out that you're competing with that new person in her life. And this is going to be really starting with simple things. Like I said, sending the message of you are fully moved on. Make it clear by actually living that life and not putting a pause on your life, as some fellas do. And actually try something new, fellas. Like, it might mean that, oh, you might fail a few times, but it might just mean that she's excited to, wow, see that this guy that never was willing to, or she never believed that you would have it in yourself, and it might show that you're more confident or something, but she never believed that you would do it. You finally did it. How nice is that? So it's really just saying that a lot of females out here, they left you, or they're not feeling you, or the reason why there is another guy, it's just because, you know, there's a lack. You know, she was probably in love with you for so long, or dealt with you for a reason. And then in some sort of area, and you know how females get bored fast anyways, but in some sort of area, it was just like, okay, well, I met this guy. Or, you know what, I'm not feeling you like this no more. So I'll just lastly say that watch out. Watch out for what she's trying to do. Because, like, sometimes she could just be trying to make you mad as well. And also, she could just be trying to, let's say this, not necessarily get back at you, but kind of just make you do more for her, right? Or make you act certain ways by having another guy. So just watch out, because if you send that message out by I don't care, by passing her on, basically treat it like that, and then fulfilling all of these little things that you could have did before but you didn't, then you'll not have to never ever entertain the other things that she'll bring up. So leave it at that so you can get better results. So maybe you want her to come back quicker. Maybe you want her to, I don't know, some fellas out here want forgiveness. I don't know why, right? But if it's any of those things, put that on pause, and put it on pause forever. So delete out of your life and let her be. Let her live her life, man. Like, you're not superhero. And fellas, once again, if you guys do want to talk, book that consultation by clicking that link. And don't forget, Patreon has a whole lot of videos y'all will not see ever on here, and reaction videos as well that'll never be on here. All right, y'all. So thank y'all for watching so much. And of course, you guys will see me in my next video. Bye, guys.